Principles that guide your decisions and shape your life. When you truly understand your main values, they begin to influence everything. Discover your purpose. Today, I'm going to help you discover your core values, show you how they influence your life, and empower you to live with clarity and purpose. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to Evolve Every Day. In this video, we're talking about values, those invisible forces that influence everything we do, from the way we work to how we build relationships. When you know your values, you gain a clearer sense of direction, make better decisions, and live a life that truly reflects who you are. So, if you're feeling stuck, lost in finding your purpose, or unsure about your next steps, discovering your values could be the breakthrough you need. Stick around, because I'll walk you through how to identify your values and harness them to create a more meaningful life. What are values? Let's start with the basics. What are values? Values are your inner compass, the beliefs and principles that guide your decisions, behaviors, and goals that might stem from someone you like, culture, or even faith that are helping you align with what truly matters and better navigate your internal landscape. They're not just ideas you admire, they're the things you prioritize and are dear to you. For example, if you value family, you might prioritize spending quality time with loved ones. And if you value growth, you'll likely seek out challenges and opportunities to learn. Your values define what success, happiness, and satisfaction mean for you. When you truly understand your core values, they begin to influence everything, including how you spend your time and energy, the way you navigate work, relationships, and life itself, the people you trust and allow into your personal space. Why core values are so important. Most of the time, when people hear core values, they often think of company mission statements or organizational principles. But core values aren't just for businesses. They're essential for individuals too. Why? Because knowing your core values gives you clarity and confidence in finding your purpose. It empowers you to set goals and make decisions where choices become simpler when you have a clear set of guiding principles. Set boundaries. You'll know when to say no and stand firm. Avoid compromises. You're less likely to settle for less because you're clear about what you truly want for your life, work, and relationships. Identify gaps. Core values highlight areas for growth. For example, you might aspire to be more compassionate or disciplined, but realize you're not fully there yet. Knowing this allows you to work toward closing those gaps. How do values influence your life? Values influence your life in powerful ways, often without you realizing it. It acts as a filter for your choices. For example, if you value honesty, you're more likely to speak the truth, even when it's difficult. Prioritization. Values help you determine what's truly important. If you value health, you'll prioritize exercise and a balanced lifestyle, even when life gets busy. Relationships. Shared values strengthen connections. Whether it's a friendship, a partnership, or a professional relationship, alignment in values creates trust and harmony. Conflict. Misaligned values often lead to inner or external conflict. For instance, if you value freedom but feel trapped in a restrictive job, you might experience frustration or burnout. When your actions align with your values, life feels meaningful and authentic. When they don't, it often leads to stress and dissatisfaction. How to discover your values. When I sat down to identify my core values, it was one of the most thoughtful and empowering exercises I've ever done. It helped me to understand my life with new clarity, both where I am now and where I want to be and in finding my purpose. Writing down my values made me feel more in control, as if I had a roadmap for living a life that truly reflects who I am. It's a practice I believe everyone should try, because the benefits are incredible. Step 1. Reflect on peak moments. Think about the moments in your life when you felt most alive, proud, or fulfilled. What was happening? Who were you with? What values were being honored in those moments? For example, a moment of pride in helping someone might reflect values like kindness or service. Step 2. Identify what upsets you. Now think about what frustrates or angers you. Often, our strongest emotions reveal what we value. For instance, if dishonesty upsets you, it's likely because you deeply value integrity. Step 3. Create a large values list. Write down a list of potential values, like 30 to 50 meaningful words, as you can. Typically, core values are single words, like growth, love, faith, unity, peace, integrity, creativity, and so on. Step 4. Narrow down by grouping. Similar words together. Once you have your exhaustive list, the next step is to group similar words together. You'll notice that some words mean the same or almost the same thing. For example, honesty, integrity, and authenticity could go under one umbrella value, like integrity. Growth, learning, and progress might all point to personal development. By grouping related words, you'll simplify your list and start seeing patterns in what matters most to you. Don't rush this step. It's where your values begin to take shape. You can have 3 or 5 core values, for there's no one-size-fits-all. However, I recommend keeping it between 5 and 10 for clarity and focus. I personally have 7 core values, but I prioritize 7 that resonate most with my purpose. The key is finding the number that works best for you, something manageable yet meaningful. Step 5. Prioritize your values. Now that you've defined your 7 core values, it's time to prioritize them. Ranking your values helps you understand what drives your decisions the most. For me, impact is my top core value. It guides everything I do. Growth comes next, because I believe in continuous self-improvement. Love and acceptance are number 3, as they remind me to embrace myself and others as they are. By ranking your values, you gain clarity on what matters most and where to focus your energy. Step 6. Identify the gaps. Be honest about where you currently stand with each value. Are there areas where you need to grow? Use this awareness as motivation to improve. For example, if your values are love, peace, and unity while you are single, the work here is for you to aim to court a person that has the same values. Step 7. Align your values with your life. Discovering your values is just the beginning. The next step is aligning your actions with them. Make sure your goals reflect your values. For instance, if you value creativity, set goals that involve artistic expression. Evaluate decisions. Before making a choice, ask yourself, does this align with my values? Practice consistency. Living by your values isn't always easy, but it's worth it. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Step 8. Sacrifice and commitment. Living by your values often requires sacrifice. You might need to say no to opportunities or relationships that don't align with your principles. But remember, the sacrifices you make today pave the way for a more authentic